Fantastic. Thanks.
We've got a good crowd, a lot of movement going on in the exhibit hall. Gary, can you please provide us, our audience, a little background about Bexar County?
Thank you, Lacy. I'd be happy to do that. As head of the Bexar County Purchasing Department, I wanted to thank everyone that participated this morning. Lacy, what we do is we handle the procurement services for all Bexar County departments and offices. We have 18 individuals that are committed to purchasing a full line of products and services through competitive bids and proposals for all the county departments and offices. We do about $200 million a year.
Okay. That's good to know. Gary, like a lot of exhibitors that are here, agencies, whether they're local, state, county, you're all here for a reason. We all got an objective. Can you tell us what is your goal or your objective that Bexar County is hoping to achieve today?
Sure, I'd be happy to. One of our main objectives is to get the word out to the community, the supplier community, who we are, what opportunities we have available to them.
Okay.
And to show support for the other agencies, be it the federal and the state level, our commitment toward contracting with SMWBE.
Okay, and I think pretty much what you do, you work hand in hand with Renee Watson and her SMWBE program and her staff, and pulling in small minority and woman-owned companies, and also small business in general to take advantage of the contracting opportunities that you have there.
Oh, you bet. Renee has been very, very instrumental in directing the policy and the outreach efforts for Bexar County. We've been extremely successful under the programs and her guidance. And I also like to mention Mr. Dan Barrett from our advisory committee here at Bexar County and his leadership in helping us meet our goals.
Okay, Gary, I know you're in purchasing, you oversee a lot of things, particularly contracts, a lot of professional services, the commodities, and some of the construction. Can you provide a broad overview of what Bexar County is anticipating procuring in this fiscal year?
Well, I'll be happy to, and I'll tell you, like I mentioned earlier, Bexar County Purchasing Department handles approximately $200 million a year, a wide range of commodities and services. We support the justice system, we support the jail operations, the infrastructure development here in Bexar County. So you can tell that there's a tremendous amount of opportunities in those areas, be it construction, services to be provided after construction is completed, janitorial, security, maintenance and so forth, air conditioning work. Quite a wide range of commodities and services.
More to go into, and it's always interesting when you meet small businesses that have a product or a service that you don't normally buy, and I always try to tell them, you know, we're more likely we're entertaining. If it's something unique and something that we can take in that can help our organization, we definitely will involve them into the procurement process. Gary, you're on the other side of it. You're on the procurement side of it. How can a small minority and woman-owned business do business with your agency and take advantages of opportunities that you have to offer? Now, we know Renee, what she does with her program. On the flip side of where you at, how do you see a small minority and woman-owned company taking advantages of the contracting opportunities that you have?
Well, I think that they've already taken the first step, a major step, and that's coming here today and joining us with conversation and exchange of ideas and information. That's a first point of contact is always important. I think that specifically for the Bexar County Purchasing Department, the best thing that a supplier can do is come in and get signed up to get notifications of our opportunities, both electronic and in print, and take advantage of every opportunity we have available towards them, and be as competitive as possible.
Okay. Now, Gary, I think one thing that many people here in the audience want to know is accessibility. A lot of people want FaceTime. I'm sure you're very accessible. Do you offer that for small businesses, the opportunity to come in to visit with you or your contracting officers to have a sit down? And a lot of people really like to have that. Do you offer that opportunity?
Oh yes, you bet. And we recommend the traditional points of contact, electronic, visiting our website, for instance, getting signed up on our email list. But it's very important to make those cold calls. Okay. Come and visit with our buyers. We have 17 individuals committed to buying products and services from small business. We have opportunities available every day. We have free parking in our building. We're accessible by telephone by dialing 335-2211.
Okay. I think also too, procurement cards is a real popular thing as well. Does your agency accept procurement cards? And if so, what are your limits? What are your thresholds for that?
Well, our procurement card program is one of the tools that the Bexar County Purchasing Department provides to our offices and departments when dealing with suppliers. Currently, we have some thresholds for small dollar purchases established since 2004. And those suppliers that have services and products available that we're interested in buying, and our departments and offices use the cards to access those goods and services very quickly.
Okay. I think that's a lot. It's very valuable information. There's a lot of small businesses that have credit cards and want the small dollar purchases.
That's right.
And work their way up and getting familiar with your organization and the goods and services that you have to offer. Now, Gary, does your agency have any targets or goals as it pertains to SMWBE participation? Now, I know Bexar County is on the board for the South Texas Regional Certification Agency, and I know that's the certification that you use to track your SMWBE expenditure. And talk about your goals.
I can tell you, first off, is the South Texas Regional Certification Agency has been a fantastic tool for not only Bexar County Purchasing Department, but other purchasing agencies here in South Texas, by which suppliers can get certified and get information regarding our opportunities. They've done a fantastic job for us. Since 2004, Bexar County Commissioners Court adopted some target goals for small minority business enterprise. And I want to tell you that through the efforts of many professionals throughout Bexar County, we've been able to meet our contracting goals every year since then.
Okay. Now, and speaking about the South Texas Regional Certification Agency, they're here, they're out there, and they'll be providing information about the various certifications that they have to offer. They do have a database that they use, and I'm sure, can you elaborate that your buyers or contracting people know how to use that database and how you go in and utilize that when seeking SMWBE participation?
Sure, I'd be happy to. We, in the purchasing department, our buyers utilize numerous tools. One of them to get the word out and about our opportunities through formal bid solicitations, informal low-dollar type purchases. And we utilize inputs from various sources. One of them happens to be with the South Texas Regional Certification Agency. We utilize that information on every purchase that we make.
Okay, that's good to know. Gary, can you offer any keys to doing business that would help a small business be successful as far as obtaining work with Bexar County?
Well, first of all, let me mention that SMWBEs provide economic and social vitality to our county. They provide value to our taxpayers, and most importantly, they help Bexar County operations meet their service delivery objectives. So we're very, very big on SMWBE participation and SMWBE contracting. More to your question, I would suggest that small businesses and SMWBEs in particular sign up and participate on every opportunity that's made available to them through the work that they do and through the work that these agencies and these representatives do every day, not just today, but take advantage of every opportunity that's out there and that's provided to them and remain competitive.
Okay. And I think another thing to mention too is also whether you're bidding on a particular project or a professional service or commodity, if you get a notice, I think being on the side that you play on, it's important that a vendor or a small minority-owned company also submit a no bid. Just to let them know that they're not participating or they won't participate on this particular bid, although they are still interested in doing business with Bexar County. I think that's always an important thing too as well. I think another successful thing as well is to work through Renee's organization, her group, and facilitating that process with your particular agency. And then would you encourage also for them to go to pre-bids, also network during that time, just to familiarize themselves with how the process works? I know a lot of small minority-owned companies, for the first time, a lot of them, that's the first time they'll do work with a county agency. So it's pretty much new to them. They've gone from doing a handshake to actually sitting in a formal bid opening, pre-bid, and they're in there with among other their competitors and other people that they're bidding on. So that can be kind of overwhelming for a lot of small companies.
Yes, it can, and I want to tell you that you nailed down a couple of very good opportunities for small businesses, especially in the areas of large construction projects, where you take advantage of second tier and third tier level contracting opportunities, and joining forces and creating business units that will help, again, deliver the products and services that these agencies are interested in.
Okay. Gary, I appreciate your time. One last question. Can you tell our audience how to contact you or a representative from your agency?
Sure. Sure, we have a booth out here today. We have some buyers that will be here all day and available to answer your questions. If you do not have a chance to talk with us today, you can call our office anytime, 335-2211. That's 335-2211, the Bexar County Purchasing Department.
How about your website?
Our website is www.bear.org. Just click on purchasing.
And they're at booth 410. Gary, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
You hold on just a second. At this time, I have an announcement for our door prizes. Please, when I call your name from the respective company that you work for, please come to the stage. We have your door prizes for you. The first set of door prizes will go to Jose Avila III. He is with Telesource Installers. Again, Jose Avila with Telesource Installers. You are one of our door prize winners. Our next door prize winner is with Earl Posey. He's with Access Referral Networking, Inc. Earl Posey, Access Referral Networking, Inc. And then the next one is Michelle McCann. She is with Tenable Protective Services. Michelle McCann, Tenable Protective Services. Our next one is Demetrio Reyes. He's with Aztec Engineering. Again, Demetrio Reyes with Aztec Engineering. And then our last one is Rose Balado with Balado Environmental and Construction Services. If you heard your name, you are a door prize winner. Please come up front to the stage. We have your door prizes here waiting for you. Gary, again, thanks for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Door prize winners, please come up. And we're at that time of the show again. Where is Manny? Manny Gallegos, our Roman reporter.
Good morning again. My name is Manuel Gallegos, and I'm here with Dan Puckett. I think he's the type of gentleman that needs little or very little introduction. Let him tell you a little bit about who he is, what he does, and sort of give you all a little bit of a welcome. Dan, please.
Well, thank you. I am Dan Puckett. I'm a member of the Bexar County Community Board of Directors, and I sit on the board as representative of County Commissioner Tommy Atkinson of Precinct 4. On behalf of the board, I and all the members of my board are very proud and happy to have this conference out here today and to be your host. We think this is a wonderful thing for the community, and we like to offer our cooperation any way we can. Thank you.
Dan, tell me a little bit about how long have you been with the board? And if somebody was to ask you, what's the number one thing that we can offer in this particular conference with everybody who's attending? How long have you been with the board, and what is the most beautiful thing that we can offer the minority and women-owned business, small business owners that are here?
I have been a member of this board for about 14 years. I originally was appointed by Commissioner Lee, Helen Duttmer, and now Commissioner Atkinson. And what we're doing out here is trying to convert the Coliseum grounds from 180 acres of just the rodeo and the spurs. We are trying to develop the property to offer the people of Bexar County and our surrounding area more opportunities to be using the property on a year-round basis. Consequently, we stress very strongly hiring of minority, women-owned businesses. This is a part of every contract that we sign out here, which we are in the middle now of converting some of these buildings. You probably noticed the demolition of some of the barns back here.
Yes, sir.
We, in cooperation with SAIL, have gone into 50-50 partnership to build I think it's a 113,000 square foot equine center. This construction, this ties in exactly with what we're doing here. This is an opportunity, and there will be more down the line, because if you remember, we did get a portion of the tax money that was voted in on the bond issue a few months ago. That money will be spent here too. Here's going to be the opportunity to invest in our neighborhood with us right here.
Well, Dan, let me congratulate you. This is proof of what the Coliseum can offer the community. It is wonderful. We have several exhibitors here, but I think maybe one of the points that I am very interested in is that how, with your help, with the board's help, and with all the sponsors that we have here today, how we are able to bring the minority women-owned businesses and business owners, regardless of whether they're minority or not, especially if they're disadvantaged, and how they can do businesses and go around and talk to all of the exhibitors that are here today and get information. And basically, if I'm a small business owner, what I want to do is say, okay, XYZ Corporation, how can I do business with you? So I congratulate you and the board in being able to bring this kind of a program to the community. Tell us a little bit more of the property that's here. You've done the rodeo. What kind of shows, what kind of use do you think we'll be able to bring here? What are we trying to attract to this neighborhood now, Dan?
We're trying to attract what we call a medium-sized conventions, a heavy equipment. Of course, this is something that can't go downtown to the convention center. Something like what Zachary might be a heavy equipment show. This would be the opportunity. We have the parking for it. We'd like to bring in some of the major horse shows, the National Cutting Horse Association.
Oh, beautiful.
We haven't had the type of facility, quite frankly, that was up to their standards. Now we will have once this is completed. And correspondingly, other small groups like that will follow right along with them.
Dan, thank you very much, and the board for all the work you do. Let me congratulate you. And let me thank the people that are here today. Let's thank Dan. And we'll be able to, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Again, folks, don't be surprised if I tap you on the shoulder. I'm your roaming reporter today. My brother Lacy Hampton will be here in a little while doing some more interviews for you. Stay in touch. We will too. Thank you very much.
A new position for you at University Health System. Welcome aboard. And my first question is like many of my viewers or my people that I'm interviewing is, can you provide our audience a little background about your agency, the hospital?
Absolutely. This is a very exciting time for University Health System, for UHS. And part of what we do at UHS, or what we do, is we're a premier healthcare organization in San Antonio. We provide healthcare to not only the citizens of San Antonio, Bexar County, but also the surrounding community. And also our association with UT Health Science Center, we're a teaching institution. So teaching and research is very important with what we do. And most people associate, I think, UHS with the facility at the medical center or downtown, but we've also got clinics throughout the community. So we're providing best practice medical care for our community and surrounding area.
Okay, it's always good information to know. Mark, everybody here, everybody's in attendance, whether you're an exhibitor or whether you're an attendee, has a purpose, have a goal or objective as why they're here. I know your agency is here. Can you talk about University Health System and their objective, their goal, they're hoping to achieve today, but in particular with yourself, and talking about some of the major projects that you have that'll be happening here soon?
Absolutely. Our goal here today is to start an outreach with what we're doing with our capital improvement program, our $899 million master facility plan. But at the same time, it's also outreach because there's so much more at UHS than just what we're doing with the master facility plan. So there's so many opportunities with our organization from a purchasing standpoint, in addition to what I'm really focused on, which is the master facility plan. But what we're doing over the next 5 years is spending $899 million to improve our healthcare facilities, namely at the medical center as well as downtown. We'll be spending in excess of $700 million out at the medical center to build a new 1 million square foot trauma tower, which will have almost 500 beds included in it, new emergency center, new trauma center, new parking facilities, and downtown, very similar, a smaller building, about 250,000 square feet, that'll provide for diagnostic and other clinics, as well as parking facilities. So over the next few years, we'll be hiring a variety of professional services, architects, engineers, surveyors, environmental consultants, to contractors that will actually build the facilities. And so one of the goals today is outreach and to get more firms, local firms, but more importantly, small minority woman-owned businesses involved with our projects.
Okay, and in particular with the construction projects that you just mentioned, you're in early stages of that. They'll be rolling out a lot of information, particularly on the opportunities that'll be going on once you select your contractor and things of that nature. But you also mentioned there's other professional services and commodities and goods that the University Health System needs to purchase to operate as a hospital. And you have a booth here, and you also have people here that'll be talking about that information. So you pretty much answered my next question. So my question to you, Mark, is how can a SMWBE do business with your agency and take advantage of those opportunities that you have available?
Well, in all the opportunities we have at UHS, one of the ways is to go online to universityhealthsystem.com and sign up and be certified as a vendor with UHS, but also get certified with the South Texas Regional Certification Agency, strca.org. And those are some of the things that you can do to start, and then pay attention to what we're doing. But at the same time, we're going to be doing a massive amount of outreach as we move forward with our municipal facility or our capital improvement program to make sure that we're getting the word out in the community as these projects start to come online or become available for bid opportunity.
Mark, I think you said two important things, which would be a theme for a lot of agencies that I'll be talking to today, as well as Manny. Getting into the vendor database. You mentioned your website, which is key. And then you mentioned getting certified. We can't emphasize that enough. And we have quite a few opportunities. And one thing that we're looking for is to have that minority spin. And so the South Texas Regional Certification is here today to talk about the various certifications that they offer to help you get certified. And I think it's very important. Now, Mark, does your agency have any targets as it pertains to SMWBE participation?
As we develop our programs, we'll develop targets with that. But really, my goal is to maximize the participation as best we can. And so whatever our goal may be, I want to exceed that goal or work to exceed that goal. And also, I can't overemphasize, we want to grow those businesses that are certified. And so I can't overemphasize getting certified, through STRCA, and so we can grow the availability or the known availability in our community, so we can target our outreach to those businesses for the work that we have at UHS and for all the organizations here.
And I know ACCD it's going through a similar capital improvement program that you're going to be heading that direction. And one thing that's made what we do successful as far as our SMWBE expenditure was making it known up front with the contractors, not only with our contract with our program managers or architects, all the way down to our subcontractors, the importance of SMWBE expenditure and participation. And I'm sure you'll have that same emphasis as well in working with Gabriela Canales there, your SMWBE coordinator, and putting that out there. So I'm sure you have that tied into what you're going to put out on the streets.
Absolutely. That in all the solicitations that we have will emphasize the importance of using small minority woman-owned businesses here in San Antonio, as well as when we get those contracts in place, monitoring to make sure that those that have been selected, that they get used, because that's important. It's one thing to say it, it's another to do it. And so there's a two-pronged approach to that. It's the outreach and getting those organizations or firms involved, but then after they get put under contract, making sure that the general contractor or whoever the lead contract is, that they're utilizing our small minority women-owned businesses.
And I think another thing to be stressed too as well is it's one thing to have a contractor solicit and say they're going to use a SMWBE, but I think you brought up an important part as well as far as monitoring and ensuring that they're using that SMWBE subcontractor, that they're going to be paid the amount that was negotiated on. If there's any changes and things like that, I'm sure that Gabrielle will be contacted and things will be brought to the table, so they'll be known ahead of time as to why this SMWBE subcontractor contract value has changed, or maybe they've gone a different direction that way. So I think that's very important. Absolutely. For a lot of SMWBEs that are here, that they know that we're going to do more than just what we talk.
That's right.
It's very
Absolutely.
important that. Can you offer any keys to doing business that'll be successful for small minority business with doing business with your agency? Now I know you mentioned the website. We talked about Gabby Canales being the SMWBE coordinator there, but can you talk about the emphasis of inviting them to the pre-bids, the importance of networking? It's going to be quite a bit of work. I'm sure you guys are trying to do your best to break it down as much as possible.
Yes.
You can.
And you touched on a lot of that, Lacy. Part of it is what organizations are doing here today. They're networking. They're finding out about opportunities at UHS and other organizations, and then continuing that. It doesn't stop here today after the conference is over. It's continuing to follow up. It's getting certified. It's working on your business, and it's attending when you see that there's a pre-bid conference, attending those and networking with either larger or other organizations to find teaming opportunities and then staying in front of us, and attending when we have outreach opportunities or sessions for our projects, attend those. It's very important to stay, as the theme is, to stay in the game.
Yes, no doubt, no doubt. Mr. Webb, can you tell our audience how to contact you or your representative from your agency?
Sure. Today, you can go to booth 204. After that, you can go to our website at universityhealthsystem.com, or you can email me directly at mark.webb@uhs-sa.com, or you can call me at 358-3417.
Mark, I appreciate your time, and I
Thank you
think
very
the
much.
part that you said about your phone number, a direct
you.
line, I think right now, before things really build up for you, before you become a really busy man, is people want that FaceTime, whether they're a general contractor or they're a subcontractor. They want to know, they hear about the opportunities, but how realistically can it be for them to do work there?
Absolutely.
And I think that's very important before things really get going. Mark, thanks again. At this time, I'm going to announce some other door prize winners. Please pick up your door prize at the information booth. Our next door prize winner is Mr. David Hook with Plane Hook Aviation Services. Mr. David Hook, Plane Hook Aviation Services. You are a door prize winner. Please go to the information booth. Another door prize winner is Miss Karen Allison. She's with Open Rose. Karen Allison, you are a door prize winner. Please go to the information booth to claim your prize. Next door prize winner is Sally Zimmerman. Sally Zimmerman. She's with JK Enterprises, Animal Stamp and Engraving. Sally Zimmerman. I think she just walked by, actually. Sally, you are a door prize winner. Next winner is Joy Stapleton. She is with G&R Surveying. Joy Stapleton with G&R Surveying. Next winner also is Jim Crane. Facility Solutions, Mr. Jim Crane with Facility Solution. You are a door prize winner. Also, I saw this young lady here earlier, Miss Linda Odom, Consolidated Office Systems. Linda, if you're listening, you are a door prize winner. Please go to the information booth. And then we also have Mary Espinosa with Kenmark Medical. Mary Espinosa, Kenmark Medical. You are a door prize winner. Also, we have Gail Johnson. She's with Denise Fashions. Gail Johnson, you are a door prize winner. And last but not least for this time, we have Sandra Dowell. She is president of Topline Home Healthcare Supplies. Sandra Dowell, Topline Home Healthcare Supplies. You are a door prize winner as well. Please go to the information booth to claim your door prize. And at this time, in a couple of minutes, we'll be going to Manny Gallegos, our Roman report. Welcome back to Money Talk. And my next guest is my boss, Mr. John Stribos, Associate Vice Chancellor of Facilities. John, welcome to Money Talk and to the 8th Annual Small Minority Woman and Veteran-Owned Business Conference.
It's my pleasure to be here with you today, Lacy, and this is an outstanding event. We welcome the vendors who are here today and the participants, and we hope you get a lot of valuable information out of today's conference.
John, I like what you always say. You say ACCD has a great story. We just need to tell it. So can you tell our audience, can you provide a little bit background about ACCD and about what we're doing over at our colleges?
Alamo Community College District is your community college system. It covers Bexar County and the surrounding counties as well. We have colleges at Northeast Lakeview College out by Live Oak at Universal City, Northwest Vista College out by SeaWorld, Palo Alto College on the south side of town, San Antonio College just north of downtown, St. Philip's College on the east side of town, not too far from here, our southwest campus out at Kelly Air Force Base, the Port of San Antonio. We also have satellite locations in New Braunfels and Kerrville. We serve about 50,000 full-time students, so we're the size of UT Austin for their main campus.
Thanks, John. Like I mentioned before, and what I talk about all day today is that everybody has a goal or objective as to why they're here attending the conference. Everybody wants to bring something from their participation here. And talking about our goal and objective that we're hoping to achieve today, I guess I can kind of talk on that, and John, please feel free to add into it. Our booth that's located here is 813. We have some representatives here. We have Ms. E. Troy as well as Karen Godfrey. our goal for ACCD is to maximize our exposure. We want to educate and provide as much information as we can on doing business with ACCD. We want to let everybody know the opportunities, the contract opportunities that we currently have and what we potentially will have down the street for those interested in participating with ACCD to continue to help us grow and meet the needs of the community.
Lacy, you're right. That the Alamo Community College District, we're looking for good, qualified, small minority, women-owned business enterprise firms to do business with Alamo Community Colleges. We have outstanding opportunities, and they range just the whole gamut of everything. My primary focus is construction projects, including the furniture, fixtures, equipment, the telecommunications, the wiring, but we have countless needs for our products, and we look forward to working with these vendors.
I think, John, you just hit on my next question, was talking about a broad overview of what ACCD is potentially going to be buying in the future. We have our capital improvement program that's going on right now. We're building up, all our campuses seeing some capital improvements. We've got new buildings on our new campuses. And you mentioned the construction side. That's pretty much the department that we handle. In addition to the new construction that's coming on board, we also have renovation that we're going to go back and do on the old buildings.
Exactly. We've got 5 construction managers at risk: Austin Commercial, Bartlett Cock, Vaughn Construction, Skanska, and Spald Last. Last night, the Alamo Community College's Board of Trustees awarded almost $30 million worth of construction projects. And so there are a lot of opportunities for small businesses to work with these construction managers at risk. And that work will be hitting the street over this next 3 or 4 months. Separate from that, we have a variety of really smaller projects, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 projects that are geared for smaller contractors that we advertise ourselves. And there'll be a significant number of those size projects that we advertise over the next 6 to 7 months. And we're continuing with our CIP program. We have serious renovation projects that are ongoing at all of our campuses. There's a lot of opportunities out there.
Thanks, John. I think another thing that I want to talk about is how SMWBEs can take advantage of the opportunities that we have available at ACCD. One of the main things for us is filling out the vendor application and getting in our database. It's very key. One of the things that we do look for when we go out for bid for things is whether or not a vendor is in our vendor database. We have vendor applications. It's a very simple form. We ask that you fill it out. It's got basic information on your company, the goods and services that you have to that you offer. If you're certified as a small minority and woman-owned company, veteran-owned as such, and include your certification, that'll get you in the database. If you're not certified, again, we have the South Texas Regional Certification Agency here to assist you with that. And then myself, again, I'm the SMWBE Diversity Administrator for Alamo Community College District. I can be your point man for your organization to help you get your foot in the door and navigate with acquisitions and to the other decision makers at the various colleges, help you get your foot in the door to essentially find out what we buy, when we buy it, and how often we buy it outside of construction.
Lacy's right, and that's been a key part that for our $450 million bond, we have a Citizens Oversight Committee. One of the recommendations from our Citizens Oversight Committee was for the Alamo Community Colleges to have a physical and visible presence that actively promotes small businesses. And so we recruited Lacy, we advertised. He is our point person on this program, and his primary focus is to get firms to do business with Alamo Community Colleges, to walk them through that process, to help them get certified, to make them aware of opportunities, how to do business with Alamo Community Colleges. We have a variety of different contracting opportunities. Within the construction field, we have projects that are strictly low bid, and if you're a low qualified bidder, if you have the bonds and the insurance, then we can work with you. And we also use competitive seal proposal, where price is always part of it, but it also does depend on your qualifications. And Lacy is trained, and part of his job is to work with contractors and vendors on preparing their documents so that they're submitting the right types of documents.
Thanks, John. I think another important thing, too, I have a pretty much open door policy. I enjoy the FaceTime. I'm just not going to give you a name or number to somebody in acquisitions or at one of our colleges. I prefer to sit down with you. It helps me find a little bit more about your company, the goods and services that you provide, and it helps me point you in the right direction. Our next question we talked about, and then I asked the representatives that I've been speaking to today, is to talk about whether our agency have any target goals as it pertains to SMWBE participation.
At the present time, the Alamo Community Colleges does not have a set goal. We are working that, we're gathering our data. Part of what has happened On all of our construction managers at risk, when we selected them, they all have goals that they set, and they are actively working on achieving those goals. So there are clearly opportunities there. We are looking at what the city and the county is doing with their availability and disparity study. We're looking at what the state is doing on their availability and disparity study. So we're in the process of gathering data so that we can actively adopt goals.
And like John mentioned, I think, and it was mentioned before with Mr. Mark Webb with University Health System, our whole goal, and mainly my mission, is to maximize the contracting opportunities with small and minority and woman-owned companies. Whether they can come in as a prime or whether they come in as a subcontractor. My whole goal is to really help them be involved in it, whether they can do it themselves or whether they can come in as a subcontractor. So it's very important, like John mentioned, we've been contacted by the state. We're going to be participating or providing data for the disparity study, and we're going to look at what all results out of the local one that's been happening and what the state's going to do, the information that they're getting, and we're going to look what's best for ACCD that we think is going to help us maximize our participation with small, minority, and women-owned companies. One of the things that we can offer, or can you say, John, offer any keys to doing business that will be helpful to small businesses as far as obtaining work with ACCD?
Part of what happens is primarily, again, I'll talk about the construction end of it, that especially for a lot of smaller contractors, it is a competitive process. It's a competitive world. If you don't get picked the first time, you really need to keep trying. I've had some contractors who had to submit 10 bids before they got picked, and now they've gotten picked and they're winning work all the time. And so it really is keep trying, because although we have a lot of repeat vendors, we have so much work. We're always looking for new vendors to do work with us. And we're also looking at a variety of ways. We know that getting bonds and insurance can be expensive and can be a harder cost. We are evaluating a variety of ways in which we can work with vendors to optimize that actual cost of business.
And to add on to that, as far as being successful, when I meet with contractors, vendors, one of the key things I tell them is also go to our website. We have a very dynamic website with acquisitions that provide our information, our bid opportunities, not just on the professional commodity side, but also on the construction side. It also talks about how to do business with ACCD. I always tell people to go to the website, familiarize yourself with what we do, find out our expectations so you can kind of know going in what ACCD expects as a vendor or a contractor to do work with us. One of the key things I would say is bookmark our website. Every week we update the opportunities that we have available that's out on the street. I would say meet with me, obviously, to sit down and I can help you point you in the right direction. I can actually help you meet with our buyers and acquisitions, again, and find out what they have, what opportunities that they have, what's the best way to market your business with ACCD. And then like John mentioned before, we have pre-bids. I would encourage you to go to pre-bid meetings. If you can't bid on it as a prime yourself, network, do things as a joint venture. We're always looking for subcontractors to participate in the opportunities that we have now. And then most importantly, meet the decision makers at the various campuses. I think that's always key, and it's important to get in face time so they know who you are, rather than just your name on a business card or a phone call or email. I think that's very critical in doing business with ACD. John, is there anything else you would like to say?
Well, Lacy is our primary point of contact. You have his contact information. We have the ACCD booth over here, and we look forward to a variety of vendors doing business with Alamo Community Colleges. Again, on the construction end of it, if you've never done work for us, our first set of plans and specifications are free. Doesn't matter if you're a prime contractor or subcontractor, we'll give you that first set of plans and specifications. If you've never done business with us, I encourage you to go pick up a set to see what our construction documents look like, to see if you've got opportunities to do business with us, and want to